Hi and welcome to another Making Sense of It with me, Emma Kenny.
And I'm Peter Smith.
God, it's been a week.
It has been a week.
The weather is lovely. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, today I'm feeling it even more than any other day. I feel like I'm literally sweltering on holiday, but it's.
I feel like the weather is at a juxtaposition to my life right now.
Yeah.
Like it's really sunny and I'm loving it, but then I've got some really serious stuff to deal with in my business world.
Yeah.
And it's so conflicting because the bigger part of me is saying, just go out and sunbathe and forget about it all. And then the other part is going, that's not a responsible adult way to deal with crises.
No, we all have them in our life, Yeah. You plod along doing your stuff and you think, yeah, doing all right, and then something will come up.
And you get run over.
Yeah.
And it turns out that you were looking down at your mobile phone, imagining what it would be like to be on that beach, and then you get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's happening at the moment. So I'm trying to reconcile the way that I feel emotionally and mentally, and I'm struggling to do so because basically I'm feeling fine, but I don't know whether I really should be feeling fine. I just think maybe I'm really resilient and actually whatever happens to me, I'll be okay.
I think you're the most resilient people I've ever met, Emma.
That, or I'm just going to have a major breakdown, just like wake up one day feeling entirely normal and then end up in a secure unit.
Yeah, well, I mean, life's a journey, isn't it? And we've got to battle through the bad times of no one's died, put it that way at the moment.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
I haven't been out yet.
We've had that one with over the past couple of years. But this, things get thrown in the way.
Yeah,
way.
Somebody has died.
Yeah, I know. I sort of realised that as I was saying it. Someone has
Come
died.
out
But
with
that was,
these kind of reassuring statements that are completely false.
Yeah, not just in case people are thinking like in the past few days someone's died. It's.
Well, I wouldn't be laughing on here about life and saying I want to sunbathe if my mum had died. That
it's actually almost could be made into a movie. What's happened?
It might be made into a movie.
Yeah, it might be.
Though we're not quite the same level as the young lads in Thailand who are all trapped in a cave.
I know. I can't believe it. Did you see what they were doing? Did you read what they were doing?
No.
So they were the young men were on a trip and they were playing a game where they've got to run to a cave, write the name on the wall, and run back again. But there was a flash flood. It rained immediately. It was like a flash flood, and it got them all in there. And they had one torch with them, and because they couldn't get out because they were in this cave, normally they run up and down and write the names on the end and run back again and see who's the fastest. And they got trapped.
I would have been the slow one who was trapped in a completely different part of the cave. That would have happened to me.
Christ, you think about it though, how bizarre is that? They've had to go deeper into the caves to get away from drowning.
They'd have found me and I'd have gnawed my arm off in one last ditch attempt to survive.
They've gone back into a cave today. We're doing this on a Thursday today, aren't we? So today I read in the news they've had to go back into a cave because they accidentally pumped water back in. And the cave's called the Woman's Boob.
The Woman's Boob?
Yeah.
I'm sure it has a more attractive name in time. I'm sure it doesn't sound quite as gross and crass as the Woman's Boob.
Oh, that's what it's called. That's what it says.
Wouldn't it be the Woman's Breast?
No, the Woman's Boob.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that Thai people have a translation for a slang term for a breast when they could have the proper use of it.
Well, the reputable paper, I say reputable.
It was the Daily Mail, wasn't it?
Yeah. It said the woman's boob. That's what it translates to. So the Daily Mail said it's a woman's boob. It's probably something like the spherical tear. You know what I mean? And they've gone, spherical tear. Almost like a boob, like a woman's boob, not a man boob.
I'm currently having to write profile analysis on the people who are in Love Island.
I could help you there.
Go on.
Bar one or two of them, hence the nuclear physicist whoever he is, and the doctor.
No, he's not a nuclear
and
physicist.
Danny Dyer's daughter, who seems pretty cool. The rest of them probably just like mundane.
It's strange having to
12
write
years old.
personality profiles on people I don't know. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But they basically look at which one's the sociopath, which one's the narcissist and stuff. And you kind of look and you're thinking to yourself, do you know what? What's
All of
really
them.
bad? No, what's really bad is that when you watch TV shows being made, you just know that it's all in the edit. You're an editor. You know exactly what I mean. They just decide who the problem is and who's going to be the nasty one, who's going to be the nice one, who's going to be the loyal one. And they just play the bits where they are. Because, like, if you filmed me in a day, 24 hours of my life, obviously 8 of them would be boring because I'd be asleep. The other amount of hours in the day, you would see me go from being like the nicest person that you could ever meet, and you'd be like, oh my God, Emma's like the nicest person that you could ever meet. I want to be a friend, right? And then at another point in the day, if you filmed that bit, you'd be like, Emma is an absolute psychopath. Emma is going to probably kill people. Because everybody, I hope, goes through scenarios where all day they are different things and people themselves to themselves because of the experiences. Like the other day I went to Tesco during the World Cup match and the woman at the till just talked to me for about 10 minutes. And in that exchange, you know...
Which one is it? Is it the sort of littleish one that looks like a... And she's like, oh... You know,
she doesn't like that.
No, she looks like a bit of a hobbity.
She did look a bit like a hobbit.
Yeah, she always sometimes has colour in her hair as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a grey hair, but with colour in sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tells
she
you a whole...
really annoyed the guy behind me.
Did she?
Yeah.
She always talks.
She talked, and she kept talking after I'd finished my
Did she
goods.
tell you about the stuff that she's doing?
Slimming World, she's lost 5 stone.
Right, there you go. 5 stone?
She's lost 5 stone.
Jesus Christ, I don't remember being
and
that
she was saying
massive.
how she measures her gin. We were having a conversation about gin.
Obviously, not with a bucket anymore. Yeah, I mean, because obviously if she's lost 5 stone, she must be measuring her gin with the bucket.
I don't think it was just the gin that was the issue.
Oh, was it the
But
lard?
she did tell me it was walking that's made the biggest difference.
Walking's really good for you.
She said that she had fish, chips and peas one night, takeaway curry the next night, and that night she was having something that she didn't consider healthy, and she lost 1.5 pounds.
Because of walking?
Yeah.
Is it in this weather?
She'd walked 7 miles.
In this weather? That's the equivalent of walking to top of Kilimanjaro in this weather, isn't it?
She was walking, carrying a rucksack, and she was doing at least 12,000 steps a day.
That's pretty good.
I know.
Good on her.
Just in case you happen to pop into our local Tesco, that's the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
By the way, just want you to know, I didn't refer to her as a hobbit, but that's what I mean. In TV shows, if that was the bit that they put out, and you didn't hear all the nice stuff, apart from the bit where you're suggesting that she drank gin from a bucket, you would go, Pete, what a horrible man. But if they showed you the clip of you this morning seeing our dustbin men looking hot and bothered, and you went out of your way and went and found them and said, has anybody offered you a drink? And then not only did you go and get them ice cold drinks with ice, you also filled up their drinks bottle, then that would have gone, my God, Pete, he's the nicest guy in the world. So here I am, this is the story anyway, here I am writing a piece about these people, and really, they're probably all fine. It's just showing the worst parts and the best parts, depending what they are.
It's just the edit, isn't it? Yeah.
Like Danny and Jack have just decided they're going to win, I think. That's the decision.
That's
Danny and
happens,
Jack,
yeah.
they're going to win. So we'll just make everything work towards that.
Yeah. Danny Dyer is brilliant, though. So his daughter must be...
Apparently, Jack... If some of you don't know about this, by the way, there's a show in Love Island in the UK, and it has like 3 million viewers, which is nothing really, but here these days that's quite a lot because of all the extra channels that you can go on. So about 3,000 people watch, and there's a couple in there called Jack and Danny, and Danny Dyer has a dad who's called Danny Dyer, and Danny Dyer is quite a legend.
One with an I, one with an Y.
He's quite a legend in the UK. He was in Football Factory. He's been in lots of different kind of movies that have been amazing.
He came to light in Human Traffic.
Human Traffic, he was amazing.
All right, brother. Yes, brother.
So,
all right, brother. Yes, brother. I'm off my fucking pickle. You can swear. It's a podcast. I was just quoting a film. All right, brother. Brilliant scene on the toilet. Yes, brother. Sorry, I love that film. It's
that
brilliant.
is how she sounds.
Yes, bruv. Is it? I've never.
She
actually
properly
seen it. I've got to admit, I think I've watched it once. So.
So anyway, she's got this guy Jack who's just doting on her, and it turns out Jack's got a picture of Danny Dyer above his bed.
What a coincidence! And why would he have a picture of Danny Dyer above his bed?
He likes Football Factory. So it's just a picture of that scene, that iconic scene where he's like that to the camera.
No, right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, but I get it. That's not like having a picture of like, I mean, because I actually saw it in the news and it was someone who just put a picture of like Danny Dyer. You know, and I was thinking, why would you have like a headshot, a press shot of Danny Dyer above your bed? That's just bizarre. But obviously, if it's from Football Factory...
What's weirder, though? No, he's like 24 or something. Why have you got a poster on your wall?
Maybe he's just not taken it down from when he was a kid. Does he still live with his parents?
I don't know. I think that it was related.
I hope he still lives with his parents, because if he doesn't live with his parents and he's got a poster above his bed...
That's what I mean, though. Either way, he's got a poster of Danny Dyer above his bed.
Yeah.
Even if I'd left home, right, and I'd been in a situation where my mum and dad... What do you want, dogs?
As you can hear, the dogs are barking.
They've been barking all morning, which is a subject we'll come on to afterwards. But basically, if I was living at home and I had anything over the age of 16, there would not be a poster. Like, it was very 1980s having posters above your bed. You used to get smash hits and pull out the double spread in the middle and hope that the staples didn't affect them too badly. That was how you lived in the 80s. We were poor. We had to make our own fun. You had to make things multifold, didn't you? You'd get a magazine, you'd have a read of it, you'd take the lyrics out of that favourite song that they'd printed, and then you'd shove a picture of somebody you didn't really know, but it gave you a bit of more of a, you know, an interesting room.
Yeah, I mean, I had posters in my bedroom which were just literally stuck on with blu-tac, and I used to get in trouble totally, excuse me, all the time, because I'd be taking them down every other week to change them over.
What kind of posters did you have up?
I had things like, oh God, this is so cringeworthy and embarrassing, but so I'd start off, I always had the wall where there was Star Wars posters.
Of course.
Right, so,
Hard
and they went
fan.
all the way through till God knows what age.
Loyal.
You know? Yeah, loyal, stone Star Wars fan. But then, and I was one of those kids that went through fads. So I was into everything all the time, like I mentioned on other podcasts. But I seem to recall having a row of like Garfield posters.
Yeah, your mum said you were into Garfield.
I don't know why.
Your mum said that.
Yeah, I have no idea why. I got one for Christmas, I think, and I was like, and you know, you used to go to those.
You used to go to Athena.
Athena. Yeah, and get the little ones, all the same size, and put them up. But then I went into.
I couldn't afford Athena.
Yeah, well, I used to save my pocket money, and I
get pocket money.
No. Oh God. We're not going to do the Monty Python sketch, are you?
No, I really didn't get money.
When I was a kid, I used to get made to suck the juice from the bones of a dead Lego brick. You know what I mean? You know, you're lucky then, because when I were a lad, that Lego brick, it was shoved down my throat.
We used to live in a box.
Yeah.
A box.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky. We were just dead. We came home from school, we were murdered, and then we had to go to work, down mining, back at garden, with Lego bricks shoved down stomach.
And say, thank you.
Yeah, and then go next door and then do their housework. And this is even before we'd got up and after we'd died. You know, this was way before 2 o'clock in the morning, before Father had beaten us and made us drink his gin.
I didn't.
In a bucket.
I didn't. It didn't happen. I just didn't get any pocket money. Right. I started working at 11, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, then, so okay, we digress. Garfield.
Well,
then I went through a Michael Jackson phase. Yeah, where, you know, so I had various Michael Jackson posters, all the time having these Star Wars posters, and then loads of, I used to like make my own Christmas decorations and stuff like that, but like I was just random, man. Then obviously I got into skating from a really early age, so I was into skateboarding and started like just having loads of posters of that up. I mean, loads of them. You know, wherever I could get a magazine, I'd be cutting it out and making collages and, you know, learning how to ollie and then skating ramp vert, and you know, I was. You
were such a dedicated kid.
Well, yeah, I mean, jack of all trades, master of none. Some people say, but.
I didn't start any mastering of anything.
And then breakdancing, yeah, I could like, but it was really hard to get sort of any images of breakdancing and stuff at that age. You know,
kids haven't got a clue nowadays.
How old was I? I was like first year junior when I started breakdancing. Oh, it's first year junior.
11.
Yeah. So
you have to have determination.
No, it's not first year junior.
Junior. Sorry, yeah, 7.
Yeah, I was started breakdancing then. Man, yeah, everyone thought it was weird. Going off into the back room, one of them, I used to have a dining room area. I'd go in there and try and pull a windmill.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Well, you know, that was the 70s and 80s kids.
It was.
You know,
I wouldn't know because I obviously was only born in 1986.
I used to listen to a track, and I don't know if anybody remember it on this podcast. If you're ever listening, you're as old as me. There was a track, and it was around the time that electro was coming out. So I got into breakdancing, but it was a track, and it was called the Woody Woodpecker, I seem to recall, and it was like an electro version of Woody Woodpecker. If anybody can, I'll see if I can find a link and I'll put it on.
What, that?
Yeah, it was like that, but it was. Oh, what an awful noise! But it wasn't that. No, but it was like a weird electro version of it. And my next door neighbour gave it to me. I remember, like, and that was it. I was like, "What is this?" And then I looked on the back, and it was like people breakdancing and stuff. And then I saw some bits on like Saturday morning TV, and and that was it.
Saturday morning TV.
Saturday morning TV, man.
I had no real posters in my room. I just had a couple because I genuinely couldn't afford the magazines, but occasionally a mate of mine had let me have the centrefold out of something. I think I had one of a group called Poison.
Poison, yeah.
And I definitely had one of
Poison.
Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue, yeah. Poison, yeah. The massive.
I know that, well, I stopped liking them when I was young, but Motley Crue I liked.
Yeah.
I did like them for a while. I once lied. I'd been to a Motley Crue concert when I was a teenager to impress a boy, and it all went horribly wrong because he asked me questions on it, and I clearly hadn't a clue. But I was just grasping at straws. I just wanted him to like me.
And what did he
so
say?
when he said, "Have you ever seen them?" I just went, "Yeah," and then he was like, "Where?" Well, I don't know. I've never been to a concert in my life at that point.
And what did you say?
I
Hippodrome.
didn't necessarily say anything. I just looked stupid. And he went, "You haven't been at all." And I was just like, "Yeah, I have."
Twice.
Well, yeah, I know him. Do you know what I once did? Do you want to know a sad admission? I might have told you this before, but I haven't shared it on the podcast. I was obsessed with John Bon Jovi. I was obsessed when I was a kid. I was young. I was a young girl, 9.
Oh, living on a prayer. Oh. Sorry.
It's almost like he's in the room.
Slip her hair when wet.
It's almost like John was right there across from me in this moment.
Thank you, yeah.
So,
I do model myself on John.
John had great hair.
Jon.
Had great hair.
Yeah.
So I was really into John Bon Jovi, and I found the name and address of the fan club. It was in one of Pam's magazines, and I wrote to them.
Was it someone's house?
It was a PO box.
Someone's house then?
I don't know whose house it was to.
Some random.
No, it was John Bon Jovi's fan club.
Right.
Oh, right. You mean that it could just have been anybody? It was the official one.
Oh, the official one. You didn't say that. You've got to say the official fan
club. It was in
club.
Smash Hits.
It
was in Smash Hits. They used to put PO boxes of fan clubs so that people like me could get in touch. And I was only about 9. So I wrote to, well, it was just the whole of Bon Jovi, to be honest. I mean, any of them were welcome, but it was John it was addressed to.
Yeah, but you didn't really, Bon Jovi was Bon Jovi. You didn't really know John Bon Jovi was.
But it was addressed to John.
Yeah.
But it was for all of them. I wanted them to know that the offer extended.
Is his name John Bon Jovi?
It's John Bon Jovi. That's why he's called John Bon Jovi.
All right, it's not like John Anderson or...
Clues in the name.
Yeah, I know, but...
It's not like there's John, Bon and Jovi. I'm John, I'm Bon, I'm
Joe. I'd rather want to be called Jovi. I'm Jovi. You know what I mean?
No, he's selfish. They were all him. So anyway, I wrote to them and I said that they were all welcome to come to my mum and dad's for Sunday breakfast. And for about 3 years, I thought they probably would. And they didn't.
I love it.
They didn't do it.
It's like Rod, Jane and Freddie, isn't it, from Rainbow?
It's
John Bon and Jovi. Yeah, I would have been the same. I would have actually been sat waiting every Sunday morning, waiting for it to turn up.
The thing is, genuinely, my dad did a really good fry up on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be enough.
I'm gonna contact them. John, Bon and Jovi, if you're listening, my lovely wife here wants you to come round for Sunday morning breakfast. She's an ace cook. We'll be vegetarian, but, you know, bring bungle and zippy with you as well. Yeah. You don't want to bring George. He's a trouble causer.
The 80s were amazing.
Oh, they were.
They were amazing in that way. Sometimes we do get lost around the past, you and me. Yeah. We talk about it quite a lot. I feel like we need to modernise ourselves. I tried a little bit by bringing Love Island into it, but
we're modern.
You just crushed it. We're modern. We're modern. We say we're modern, so we are modern.
He says, sat in a retro Adidas t-shirt again. Yeah. I'm going to keep wearing them, you. Who said, well, I'm getting dressed like this?
We had some exciting deliveries today, didn't we? Oh, excuse me.
Are you tired?
Do you know what? I shouldn't be tired because you've let me have longer sleeps the last 2 nights, but I do feel a bit tired.
Yeah.
Guys out there listening, yes, I do feel a little bit tired. I don't know whether it's the weather. I don't know whether it's I'm just working quite hard. I don't know whether it's the way that stress formulates in my body. And unlike other people who panic and get afraid, I just go to sleep and relax. Either way, this is where I am now. So stay tuned next week and discover whether I still feel this way or whether it's changing. But yes, I do feel a little bit tired, Peter. Thank you for asking.
It's okay. I didn't mind. I was just wondering if my wife was tired. So
I found today quite surreal because we had something delivered this morning.
We did have something delivered. Yes. So, do you want to tell them?
It's all right. Wait a minute.
No. It's the modern version.
You say it.
Hydropool.
We got a hot tub.
Yeah.
We've got a hot tub, guys.
Not just any hot tub. Not just any hot tub.
It's like the Marks and Spencer's version.
Yeah. Oh, Marks and Spencer.
It's a hydrotherapy hydropool.
Yeah. It's the Ferrari version, isn't it?
That makes it sound like really ostentatious, which isn't the truth because we met the woman and she gave us a really good deal.
Marks and Spencer's, yeah.
It's like, it's top though.
Yeah, yeah.
But we've been so busy and also we just haven't told the kids.
No.
We haven't told the kids. It's like we can't go on holiday next year, basically.
No, the reason behind it is, I want people to know that we're not just like this family that just goes, but we've saved up. And what it is, we go on hot tub breaks with a family and we find that we sit in the hot tub for 3 hours at a time.
We do.
No digital detoxing, nothing, no computers, no TV screens or anything like that. And we sit and we play games. Sat in a hot tub. Honestly, if as a family, if you're not getting enough family time, try it. And, from I Spy to daft memory games, and it's family time basically. That's all it is. It's decent family time. And we discovered that we enjoyed it that much.
It is
priceless. Sitting there.
Yeah.
We thought, let's just save up and instead of spending it and give it to somebody else because these hot tubs on these breaks are like the Chinese and the Japanese and the American ones, which are not that good and they don't do the job properly to keep it clean and the chlorine and stuff in it. So we saved that we got this hydropool and it looks, we haven't been in it yet because it's heating up as we speak,
But we haven't actually told the kids that they're getting one yet. They've wanted one for like ever.
Which is ironic because of the weather at the moment.
I know, it's so hot.
But you
so
can actually,
ironic.
now I found this out with this hydropool, you can make it into a cool pool. You can bring your temperature down and have it as a cool pool to sit in.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. Or you can put it right in the winter, you can put it up to sort of 42. You can put it as high as you want, obviously not to where it burns your skin, but you put it up to over the 40s and it's snowing and stuff like that. So you control it perfectly.
You're sounding like you're a salesman now.
Well, the guy came and I kept it in there and it's dead good.
It's our exciting bit though because we've literally saved up and then we've got to a point where we've bought it because we didn't want to loan the money.
No.
We've decided that we're going to go ahead and do it and then we happened to meet the owner.
Yeah.
So that's how that happened. But basically, it's arrived and I don't know how I feel about the fact we've not told the kids. And I'm just hoping that, much like these videos that you see online where the children almost pass out from excitement.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's the case. I'll be really upset. I might send it back. If they don't give me the right amount of celebration, I think I'm just going to say they're not allowed in it.
Yeah.
Because it will feel personally like I've been attacked by them.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's just sit and make them watch us in it.
That's right. Well, for 2 years.
Yeah.
They'll be allowed in 2 years.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to post it online, the reaction.
We'll post it online.
I'll get you to go and pick them up from school. And
You're not getting me in a swimming costume, though. I'll wear a swimming costume, but you can't film me in a swimming costume. Get me out of that video.
No, it's when they come out and see it.
I'm not scaring the people who watch the podcast.
Well, that wouldn't scare them.
It would scare you.
It wouldn't.
It absolutely would.
We'd have them coming out just to see it first when they get in from school.
Yeah. Do you know what I found out last week as well?
What?
I missed out the word Darwin Award. It was Darwin Award for the stupidest deaths.
That's it, Darwin Award.
Yeah. So that lad who stabbed himself, Darwin Award.
Is it
Darwin Award.
Stupidest deaths.
Stupidest deaths.
Yeah.
Like the stupidest deaths are ridiculous.
Yeah. Darwin Award.
It's called the Darwin Award, and I'll show you.
Oh, have you got it there?
No, I'm going to actually read out the entries just so that I can share, because I do think that is going to be one of the absolute front runners for Darwin Awards. Are people
bit
who
harsh for
die.
his family, though, isn't it?
Pardon?
Bit harsh for his family. You know what I mean? My son not only dead, but he's won the Darwin Award. You know.
Look, it's terrible.
On a high.
It's terrible that he died.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is. It's pretty upsetting. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, In 2008,
Yeah.
46-year-old David Monk was on holiday in Dulu, Italy, with a group of friends.
Yeah.
After having a few beers one evening, the lads decided to steal a protective mat that covered the metal barriers at the bottom of the slope and use it as a sledge. Yeah?
Yeah.
They hiked up the hill, hurled themselves down, slammed straight into the same barrier they'd stolen the protective matting from. Dave died on the spot, earning himself a Darwin Award in the process.
Right. That's a terrible death.
So Darwin Awards, the stupidest way that people have died.
Go on then.
Death by planking.
Death by planking.
A 21-year-old Brisbane resident decided to try his hand at planking.
Yeah.
He stretched himself face down onto the railing, attempted to take a photograph, only to lose his balance and fall 7 stories to his death. That's a Darwin Award, definitely.
Yeah. Like a planking, where it say planking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He wasn't just keeping fit planking, he was doing that crazy planking, planking in extreme places.
Extreme planking. Motorcycle helmet protest. Protesting motorcycle helmet laws, an Onondaga, New York man was participating in a helmetless protest ride when he was killed.
Oh, when he fell off his bike?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was killed fatally because he hit his head that ironically didn't have a helmet on because he was protesting it. Definite Darwin.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you want to wear a helmet when you're on a motorbike? It's not the law in America, is it? Or is it? Well, that's what he was protesting, so...
Ooh.
Go on.
Wheelchair fail.
Wheelchair fail. Not only are we going to go there?
A handicapped man
dear.
rammed his wheelchair into elevator doors 3 times after being irritated that the elevator had gone without him. The 40-year-old plunged down an empty elevator shaft to his death as the doors could not withstand the force of his chair.
Oh, no. That's like straight out of a cartoon. Isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not laughing at the death. I'm laughing at the fact that, yes, it is like it's out of control. But just don't do things like that. Avoidable Darwin death. Double Darwin.
Ooh. There's 2
Darwin.
people.
A young couple driving along Via Dutra, the largest freeway in Brazil, decided to stop along the side of the road for a quickie. They parked on the freeway in the right-hand lane, not on the shoulder. Naturally, a cargo truck collided with the car, killing both of them instantly.
At least they went out when they were in the middle of it. I mean...
At what point does anybody think to themselves, I want to have sex? Oh, this is a good place. The fast lane of a motorway.
That's just crazy. That's just mental.
Like I said, there are loads. Wife tossing.
No, this sounds good. This is like caber tossing, but with your wife.
During a heated marital dispute, a 25-year-old man picked up his 20-year-old wife and threw her off their 8th floor apartment balcony, where she became tangled in the power lines. He immediately leapt from the balcony and fell towards his wife, but missed the power lines completely and plunged to his death. The woman managed to swing over to a nearby balcony and was saved.
I thought you were going to say that she... What's this? Okay. So, Polish farmer Krzysztof Anzaniski cut off his own head in 1995. Anzaniski, 30, had been drinking with friends when it was suggested they strip naked and play some men's games.
Men's games?
Oh, men's games. Let's have some men's games.
Naked?
I don't know what some men's games are. Initially, they hit each over the head with frozen turnips. Right. But then one man took it to the next level by cutting off the end of his foot with a chainsaw.
No!
Yeah.
No! No, wait, no!
To one up his comrade,
No!
to do one up on his comrade, Asninski grabbed the saw and shouting, "What's this then?" He swung it at his own head and chopped it off. It's funny, said one companion. When he was young, he put on his sister's underwear, but he died like a man. What? That's real. Check me out. You know what I mean? I can do one better than that. Chop my own head off. Wow. Hang on a minute. First of all, why did they get naked? Second of all, why were they smacking frozen turnips up? This is something I'd make up.
Why would you chop your foot off and then somebody else be like, oh yeah, that's amazing, I'm just going to go for it and I'll take my own head off?
Polish.
Eastern European.
Well, he's a Russian one for you. double mint dumb. A 25-year-old chemistry student of the Kiev Polytechnic Institute.
Sorry, no, I can't move past that other one.
I know.
I mean...
Oh, it is a good one. This is a good one, this one. A 25-year-old chemistry student of the Kiev Polytechnic Institute had acquired the peculiar habit of dipping his chewing gum in citric acid crystals where he worked. While studying at his parents' house in the northern Ukraine city of Konotop, he dunked his gum into an unidentified chemical and stuck it back into his mouth. This, in turn, caused an explosion that resulted in the lower part of his face being blown off. Was it?
And he died?
Didn't say if he died or not. I don't know, you know.
Darwin Awards is dead.
Yeah.
What, so he put...
Yeah.
Just like a weird habit of just like dicing with death constantly.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was literally a weird habit of putting his chewing gum in and putting, I wonder what that did. I wonder what it was doing. So he was putting it in. Let's have a look. He was sucking on chewing gum after sticking it in. There's citric acid crystals.
And when he went to his mum and dad's?
Yeah, but stuck it in a different chemical, put something out.
What the hell was it? His mum and dad's? What were it? I mean, when I go to my mum and dad's, I'm not like, I just chewing my gum.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that unidentified chemical on the side? I'll just pop it in there. I mean...
Don't do that, son. You know what I mean? That's the unidentified explosive material that we keep lying around our house every day.
He should have been dead ages ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially his mum and dad are keeping like,
like
unidentified explosive material. What is it with these
Only
Russians?
in the Soviet Union.
I know, yeah.
Which is completely normal.
I know. I mean, they're saying that they're going to have to shut Salisbury down, aren't they, and burn it to the ground.
Salisbury.
Salisbury? Yeah,
Salisbury.
Yeah.
Salisbury. If you just like totally changed the place.
Northern.
Oh, it's awful, that.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what, as well? Somebody was on this morning being an absolute goon, saying that you don't have to worry about it.
Great word, goon. Sorry, go on.
Seriously, though, but they fit Goon Award, saying, oh, you know, it's all right, don't worry about it, don't be scared about it, you know, you've got to eat it. And you're thinking, are you an absolute plod? You know, what is wrong with your brain? You've got to eat it. Do you really think that that's how nerve gas works? That people just pop along, oh, what's that? I'll just eat it. You know, it's like, it goes through the skin.
Idiots.
It goes through water. Oh, my God.
I know. You know what? I was just thinking there, this podcast, we haven't actually talked, I mean, I know it's a man's thing, we haven't talked about the World Cup, have we? I mean, it's the main thing at the moment.
No, we haven't.
Is it coming home?
Yeah.
Is it coming home?
I know. Did you see that thing this morning on social media? And it's the Friends.
Yeah. Don't put that CD in there. And it's a little monkey, and then you put it in there like, all right then.
You have to put a link on this because it's absolutely brilliant to
Yeah.
anybody who used to watch Friends.
It's in the same like BPM and everything, isn't it?
Yeah,
And they're all,
it's amazing.
You know, there's another one as well. Well, I did one actually of the Sixth Sense the other day, but there's one as well where it's the Lord of the Apes. Michael Flatley dressed as monkeys. You know what I mean? Lord of the Apes.
He's doing Lord of the Dance.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, he doesn't do that. Dum 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 dum.
Yeah, it's like Michael Flatley, Lord of the Apes.
He's got something called Lord of the Dance. I was doing the hymn.
Oh, don't want to dance to that. I feel like getting up and doing it now. You know.
No, it's a little bit more dramatic than Michael Flatley.
Yeah, well, Lord of the Apes is it's like between Lord of the Dance and Planet of the Apes. Put it together, Lord of the Apes. There you go. And you've got like these talking apes that dance. But there's one that's like where he reaches in, and it's just like this really emotional, and he reaches in the monkey ape thing, the one that talks to a human, and he reaches in, and he whispers in, and he goes, "It's coming home."
Do you know, I feel a bit nervous.
For England?
Yeah. No, not for the England team.
Yeah.
Just for the UK. Yeah. Well, England, because I don't like Scotland at the moment because they're supporting Sweden.
Are they?
They always choose a team against us, so they've chosen Sweden.
My family's Scottish.
Well, they're all disloyal.
That's bang out.
So, yeah, they're all... So, anyway, I just feel nervous for the UK. I just feel nervous for the UK. Like, it's funny because Tide came down and sat with us the other night and watched it with you, but before he'd been watching it with me, and he said he really struggles to watch it with you because he said you're one of the most negative people to be around.
I'm just sitting there and I'm like, God, I mean, why are they letting them pass? They can't pass like that. What are they doing, you know? And then when they score, I'm like, I know they could be able to do it. Yeah. yes, but I'm just sat there and going, no, these players, one of my things I say is, all these bloody players are on loads of money and they're all playing the Premiership, they shouldn't be just walking around knackered. And then you think, and I used to play football, so you think, and I sit down and think, my God, you know what, it doesn't matter, you could be a machine. And they did 120 minutes of football and then penalties, and I tell you who he looked absolutely knackered, bless him, was Ashley Young. Bless him. I think he plays for Man U, doesn't he? And he should know that because my kids support Man U, but I'm a Middlesbrough fan. He just looked so tired. I mean, it was 120 minutes in sort of 25, 26 degrees football on a night, that is, 11 o'clock at night and stuff. It's like, shit, that's like serious. Like, you've got to be an athlete to play that.
It's insane, though, the fact that, like, we're at that point now where we might make it to the final.
Well, we've got Sweden, and then we've either got Russia or Croatia if we get past Sweden.
Is Berlin still in? Belgium. Sorry, Belgium.
Oh, no, this is brilliant. What a typical non-footballing supporting statement.
You're going to say what?
Is Berlin still in? No. Hull is. Hull's still in. Yeah. Copenhagen might have done better if they were doing well, But yeah, Berlin's in. East Berlin. You know what I mean? They're bringing the wall with them as well. You know what I mean? Brilliant. Oh, she started. This is brilliant. That's a statement and a half. Can't wait to put... For the record, while Emma's having a breakdown, I'd just like to tell you that what she really meant, like she said Belgium after that. Yeah, she meant Belgium.
I'll be still in.
Yeah, Belgium are in, yeah. They play Brazil.
That's my sweepstake.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got Brazil, so one of us is going to get through that one. But that's yeah. So funny. But yeah, I mean, Berlin would have done all right if they were in it. if it was a city cup.
Anyway, shut up. So Berlin is... No, Belgium.
Yeah,
Belgium is still in.
Yeah.
Do you think we can win?
I think England can win.
Why do you get so negative then and then just ruin it for us? Because Ty thinks that you send out bad vibes into the universe. That's what he says.
Well, I'm not going to do that anymore then. You know why?
Because you're not going to watch it with us.
No. You know why?
Because we're going to win.
No, because it's coming home.
That's what... Yeah. That would be the same. Yeah, it's just the same.
But you've got to say that.
Yeah, why?
It's coming home.
Because we're saying that we invented football. Are we saying we invented football?
We didn't invent football.
Did we? Did. Isn't there an argument that we didn't?
Who from?
Japan.
Japan? So where's these places?
Japan. Hang on a minute, I'm going to look it up.
You know what? Well, no, we invented it, so...
Well, I know you're saying that, but did we?
Not me personally, but yeah, we did.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you now. You ready?
Yeah, it's coming on.
No, but are you ready?
Yeah. It's coming on.
Sorry, I just, honestly, I'm literally laughing so much. Okay, who invented football? You ready?
Yeah.
I want you to just be very careful. Oh, that's the United States, so... That's
what? Soccer?
Right. Wait a minute, just chill out, everybody. Just hang on. Okay. No, England did not invent football.
The Greeks did.
Do you want me to tell you?
Go on then.
Well, I can't because it's just making me do cookies and at the moment because that's what everything does at the moment. So I'm now going to.
It's going to be like something like India or Greece or somewhere or something like Peru or something.
Oh, why is it doing this? Everything just has these ridiculous things now where you've got to go through it.
Oh, slight pause while we check to see who invented football.
After 150 years, the truth: Scotland invented football. Scotland.
How come?
I don't know how come. It's Scotland, though.
Was that written by a Scottish fella?
No, it was written by The Independent.
Oh, right.
So
that's cool.
You're all wrong. It wasn't Japan either. So at the end of the day...
Well, I'd rather it be Scotland.
That's why Scotland don't want us to be in winning because they invented the game and it's not coming home to them.
Yeah, I think they have been missed, though. Wales and Scotland and Ireland in the World Cup. It is a shame that they weren't in because they all have good players and it could have been They lost. I know.
We've lost many times.
I know we have, but it's definitely coming home.
What do you think is going to happen if, we do win? Because I actually feel like honestly, right, I was on the radio the other day having a conversation about this.
Yeah.
And they were asking me, why it was such a good experience. And I was like, you know what's crazy? When you actually look at what makes football so enigmatic and incredible and fueled with happiness, it's because it's spent with other people most of the time. A lot of it to do with socialising.
Yeah.
A lot of it's to do with outpourings of emotion where you feel like you've got a legitimate reason to be permission-based with your emotion.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel like you've got a common goal. And they're things that we can always use in happiness, but for some reason, we just kind of let go of it after we have an event like that. And I'm like, I really hope we do get through to the finals, because I just don't want to be around on Friday if we don't.
I know.
Because the other thing is, I think we have this really horrible mentality where it's not good enough. You know that? Like, usually if you're a parent like I am, you are, if you see your kid try hard, yeah, and then they don't win, you're like, God, you did really well. Yeah. Well done. And yet we just don't do that with football. We're just like, we hate you. Yeah. I mean, obviously not as bad as the Colombians who just get death threats.
Yeah. You know what, though, this time I think, if we can... There's something about this team, the young, the won it. It's not like even the media's on the side of them. They don't really like Sterling at the moment because he's not playing that well. But I think he'll come through me in the next, if he's on the next few matches.
Well, we sat next to Trippier's mother.
You did, wasn't me?
Oh, was it not with you?
No, you were.
Oh, it was with Jamie.
Yeah.
Get this for a bit of a story. So I grew up where Trippier grew up. Simple as that. Down our road. His mum works in the shop down the bottom of our road still.
Didn't you go to Hollybount Primary School or something? Yeah.
That's just around the corner. So basically that's Greenmount.
Yeah.
So she works just, my parents live in a place called Summerseat. So if you go down the bottom of Summerseat Lane, turn right at the roundabout and there's a shop on the left-hand side. That's the shop she works in.
No way.
So anyway, how did I come to meet young Trippier's mother? Well, I was on the train, about to get on it. I had first-class tickets because basically I booked them in advance, so it was really cheap. I had a spare one, and I just thought, I'll give it away to somebody. So this woman was walking along. She looked like nice. I thought I can sit next to her without being afraid. Gave her my ticket, and she came and she was really chuffed and dead down to earth, and she came and sat down and started talking to me. And she started to talk to me about her son, and then she said his name, and it was only when I realised that was his name, when I was watching that was him. I knew that he was a premiership because she was saying that she'd just been taken out shopping for his wedding.
Yeah.
And the woman who was there to put her in a dress, and she was just dead normal. She was like, I can't be doing with it. I'm just going to get my own by mail order. And she was just utterly lovely and down to earth.
He's a brilliant footballer.
I think he treats her like a queen as well.
Oh, shit, he's a fair player.
But yeah, that's my story, my little fame story.
He's a brilliant footballer.
So basically, I'm best mates with Trippier because, obviously, I know his mum now.
Yeah, so Kieran Trippier, if you're listening.
Yeah, your mum's dead nice.
Yeah.
Your mum's dead nice.
Yeah, come round our house for a Sunday morning breakfast, vegetarian. Bring your wife.
No, that's only for John Bon Jovi.
Oh, just for John Bon. No, John Bon and Jovi.
It's for all of them.
Yeah.
I don't even care if they all want to come, they can
come. Do you know any of the other team members? Of John Bon Jovi?
The team members of John Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
I do, but I can't remember them. I do. I do know who they are.
Yeah, I don't.
But I can't remember them. Yeah, you do.
No.
You'd remember them if you saw them. No.
No, it's not Sting.
No, I was going to get mixed up. I was going to start saying Motley Crue.
Yeah. It's not Slash. What's the out of Guns N' Roses?
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got very, very bad levels of knowledge from the past.
Well, yeah. All I remember is my older brother.
My memories have been wiped.
Yeah. My older brother had a Prince album, a John Bon Jovi album, and an Aerosmith album, all on vinyl. And the only one I liked out of that was the Prince one, really, at that time. I wasn't really into
You don't have to be rich to be my goal. You don't have to be.
I remember watching the Purple Rain and, I remember watching Purple Rain and, really watching that rude bit for ages when I was a kid. Stopping it, rewinding it, watching it again. Yeah.
You're such a pervert.
I know, yeah. Such a deviant. Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I suppose it's time to wrap up, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. I think it's been quite an informative and light-hearted one today.
You're ridiculous. One day we're going to start talking about things that are meaning again.
Yeah, we will. But, we've got to make sense of all of it, not just some of it. And there is things in life that people, they don't want to get all deep and serious sometimes, and they just want to make sense of
I've got
whatever's going on.
Too much stress in my life to get serious with it all at the moment.
Yes, I know.
I'm doing the opposite. I want it to be light. I want it to be happy.
Yes.
That's the way we're playing it.
Absolutely. Don't forget to subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe and we'll come and find you and hunt you down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See, if they played that out in Love Island, I'd have seen it again like a psychopath.
Yeah, they'd have just seen that bit of like, I'm going to come and hunt you down.
I'm going to come and hunt you down.
Yeah.
Do it my way.
Or like,
or you're dead.
Lean over, it'll come over to me, and the edit would be like, going to come and hunt you down, and I'm going to chop your head off with a chainsaw.
Oh, God, that's still ridiculous. I'm going to think about that for a whole week.
I'm going to look more into that.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you again next week.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.